Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Saban, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. We got a show today that's probably going to piss off a lot of people, but hey, we got to produce it. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel. Also, if you want today's full show before it comes out on YouTube, it is streamed for free on the Dreamers Pro podcast. We have pinned below. Let me get into this topic here. So as you guys know, yesterday was the big day for everyone to react to that disaster that we're going to call an all-star game. Absolutely horrendous game where the team scored over 400 points between the two teams. But it wasn't just the game. The weekend itself was an absolute joke. And it was so much of a joke that when NBA Commissioner Adam Silver was giving out the award to the Eastern Conference winners, you could actually hear the disgust in his voice. You could tell that Adam Silvers was embarrassed. The fact of the matter is the following about Adam Silvers. These guys are running all over him. They're running all over him. I think they look at him as a pushover. I think he's way too much on the side of always trying to hug it up and kumbaya with everyone, always capitulating to all of the demands and requests of the players. And as a result, the product is suffering. We keep hearing over and over again that if if the former commissioner David Stern was at the helm, the NBA would be a totally different league than it is today. I think Adam Silver is way too soft. I think these players know that he's soft, and they're running all over him, and they're embarrassing him. He went into that All-Star weekend believing that they were going to put forth a good product, and little did he know they just told him that to his face, and then they just walked off and started laughing. Same thing that John Moran did. John Moran went up to him, told him a bold-faced lie, and then went on about his business to do whatever the hell he wanted to do. So Adam Silver really needs to tighten up his seatbelt and really get to work, because these guys have absolutely zero respect for him based on the way that I'm perceiving things right now. To hear his voice as he was handing out the MVP award, you could tell that he was disgusted. But hey, that's what happens when you're soft and you want to get along with everybody. You don't realize that your job is to ensure that you have the best product out there instead of you up there, twerking it up all over the place for these players. But anyway, we have that. So what happened yesterday, there were various sources talking about it, but then I saw Stephen A. Smith and these guys on ESPN talking about the slam dunk contest. And as we're discussing it, on the panel was Stephen A. Smith, Kendrick Perkins, and Shannon Sharpe. And as we're talking about the slam dunk contest, after Matt McClung, let me just get his name right, Mac McClung, who actually won the contest 2 years in a row, who's actually used to be from the G League, and then I think he was signed by the Philadelphia 76ers. Stephen A. Smith then went off in a different direction, where he said that the genesis of all of this is actually when LeBron James refused to participate in the slam dunk contest. This is really when all of this got started. And the moment Shannon Sharpe heard that, he went into his usual emotional defense of LeBron. But before we even get into this exchange, this video is brought to you by our brand new sponsor, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is really simple. Instead of just selecting a team, you just select two or more players, pick more or less their projected stats, and then you place your entry. For example, this week, I'm selecting two entries. Stephen Curry for more than 25 points, and then I got Anthony Davis for more than 2 blocks, and Damian Lillard for more than 4 3-pointers made. Prize Picks is also the only daily sports platform with an injury insurance policy. So for example, if you have a player who gets injured in the first half and doesn't return to the second half, that player gets automatically rebooted. What I also love about Prize Picks is that it offers weekly promotions like Taco Tuesdays. Each Tuesday, Prize Picks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value. So go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. That's go to prizepicks.com/CLNS, use code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. And once again, once you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do is want to play the exchange of these two gentlemen, and then want to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what they had to say here.
You know where I'm going.
I'm about to go there.
LeBron James is directly responsible for ruining the slam dunk contest.
Oh, God, are you serious?
Yes, he is.
Thank you.
We said, yes, he is.
You're gonna
I'm
get
not
some
finished.
calls. You're
I'm
Yes,
not
he is.
finished. I'm not finished. And I'm not laughing. I'm dead serious. All that other stuff, Hall of Fame, Mount Rushmore, phenomenal, 4-time champion, all that other stuff. We will miss him when he's gone. Appreciate his greatness, the whole bit. The one thing, Shannon, the one thing, I'll even let Shannon, I'm so serious about this, I'll shut up about the GOAT debate if you hear me out, okay?
Okay.
The slam dunk contest. I got the stat here, Shannon, because when we're talking about the slam dunk contest from 1985 to 1997, 5 of the 13 slam dunk contests were won by future Hall of Famers Jordan twice, Dominique Wilkins twice, Kobe once. Michael Jordan participated in the contest 3 times. Dominique Wilkins 5 times.
5.
Every high jumper, every skywalker, every above the rim talent salivated for the opportunity to compete in the slam dunk contest. It stopped when LeBron James said, "I'm not doing it." And from that point forward, the stars who followed didn't feel compelled to prioritize a slam dunk contest. The tradition that was set by others preceding LeBron James. We watched LeBron James, and then you know what he did, Shannon, to rub it in? He'd do it on the layup lines before games. You went to the games and you had people with the cameras clicking and going crazy because they saw LeBron James using a layup line pregame as his own slam dunk performance. And he did it on purpose, okay? So what I'm saying to you is when we look at the demise of the slam dunk from an historical perspective, there is no one who knows basketball who will refute what I'm saying. There is no one who would do it. LeBron James refusing to participate in the slam dunk contest was the beginning and the spark plug of its demise. Period.
You know
there
what?
is no one who can dispute that.
You know what? I'm blaming LeBron for inflation, and the reason my 401k is not performing as well
Okay.
as it should.
You do
Since
that.
You blaming LeBron.
You do that.
First of all, I mean, those guys, and kudos to those guys, and I remember all the great dunk contests with Clyde Drexler, as I mentioned, Jordan and Dominique. But that was never something that resonated that he wanted to do. And I look at LeBron.
Maybe
as
it was.
a power
Maybe he didn't think he could win. Maybe he didn't think he could win.
Why not?
We'll never know.
Why not?
We'll never know.
So you heard the exchange between these two gentlemen. Listen, none of this really surprises me in terms of Shannon Sharpe's reaction. He's always going to get very emotional about LeBron. Extremely emotional. That's what happened between him and Kwame Brown. About a year or so ago, Kwame Brown was critical of LeBron's, not of him personally. He was just saying that LeBron doesn't have a lot of go-to moves. He was talking about LeBron. He didn't talk about his personality. He didn't talk about his character. He was just talking about certain deficiencies in his basketball game. Shannon Sharpe hears these comments. This is when he was at Undisputed. He goes on television and starts taking personal shots at Kwame Brown because he dared to talk about LeBron James. Shannon did exactly what Skip Bayless did to him with Tom Brady. He did it to Kwame Brown. The only difference is him and Kwame Brown do not have a relationship. He essentially called Kwame Brown a bum for daring to have an opinion on LeBron, which was the exact same thing Skip Bayless did to Shannon Sharpe with his views on Tom Brady. He's like, yeah, but you're nowhere near close to what Brady was. Shannon got offended, but he did the exact same thing to Kwame Brown. This is what usually happens. You have this emotional breakdown and people start going off in a tangent. We've had various people on the internet that disagree with some of our views with LeBron, and they go to the next level. Why these people behave like this, I'm not exactly sure. They're all men. They get overcome by their emotions, and before you know it, they start taking personal attacks, like personal. No, we're no longer talking sports. We're now talking about the human being, this thing, that thing. They say everything. Your race, every single thing. Because you made their titties tingle when you spoke about LeBron James. All of a sudden, they started shaking, and all of a sudden now we got problems, right? Now, to Stephen A. Smith's point, this was something that I knew, but I never connected the two. I never connected the downfall of the slam dunk contest to LeBron not participating. I remember back in the days when a lot of us were like, okay, so LeBron's going to compete in the slam dunk contest. Why? Because he's a freak athlete, and we've seen him dunk. LeBron has had some of the best dunks in NBA history. And to Stephen A. Smith's point, you would watch him at the layup line. You're like, bro, this looks easy for this dude. So we were surprised that this guy wouldn't go in the slam dunk contest and compete. We're like, bro, even if you go in there, you're LeBron. They're most likely going to give it to you, right? They're going to give it to you. So a lot of us were surprised. Now, to Stephen A. Smith's point about him setting the precedent, maybe there's some truth to that. I'm not 100% sure. And the reason I'm saying that is this. On the one hand, it could be true. But here's the fundamental difference. Any of the players that feel like, okay, well, if LeBron didn't do it, I'm not doing it. The fundamental difference is any player that would feel that is not on the level of LeBron. John Morant is not on the level of LeBron. Any of these guys, these skywalkers, these high flyers that you can think of, none of them are on that level. None of them. So maybe LeBron said, to hell with it, I'm not doing it. But those guys, y'all not on that level. None of these guys we're mentioning are top 10 players or top 15 players of all time. So I don't know why they would feel like, okay, well, if LeBron ain't doing it, I'm not doing it, but you're not LeBron. So that part I'm unsure about. But for the other parts, it's true. And then for the Shannon part, it's usually standard procedure. I've seen him insult people on a personal level because somebody mentioned one or two comments about LeBron. Like, I've seen it happen. So that really doesn't surprise me. So what I want to know from you guys, what do you think about this exchange? What do you think about today's analysis? Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts in the comment section. We catch you on the next show. Peace.